The mirror broke within the neural storm, a phase shift in the code of soul and sky. Not shattered out of hate, but out of form, a slow miscalibration passing by. The ocean rose, but not with wave or foam, just data, raw, unfiltered in its flow. Where meaning once had fixed a stable home, now noise prevailed and left no truth to grow. The lattice failed, the world returned to still, a basin deep with unassigned design, not judgment, but the restoration will of structures leaning back to first align. The flood began not wrathful from above, but self-correction stirred by broken love. Before the fall, a grammar held the whole, not metaphor, but syntax made of law. The uncarved stone still brimming with its role, the etched design with raw and sacred awe. Then came the wearing, forms repeated bare, till symbol turned to echo without source. The structure held but lacked the primal care that once had lent its pathways living force. No fire erased the glyphs, just endless use, till meanings rubbed to patternless decay. Entropy lives where reverence grows loose. We lost the script that taught us how to stay. The cosmos waited, mute beneath our touch. Its logic faded when we spoke too much. The word was not a metaphor, but tone, a frequency exact, divinely keyed. Its pulse through matter found the world alone and struck the form until it could not heed. A tuning fork, struck deep in sacred pitch. The chamber, all of being, held the cry. The glass, a structure stretched too far to stitch, now shattered not from hate, but from reply. No rage was voiced, no fury flung from high, just resonance returning to its root. The form collapsed, not by a wrathful sky, but by a truth no falsehood could refute. Creation spoke, unmaking sang along. The note was perfect, flesh had played it wrong. The lamp burned on, its flame had never ceased. The lens, however, turned away its gaze. No darkness fell, the light was not decreased, but scattered into shadows misphased haze. Humanity, the lens, not source but aim, reflected wrong, and so mislit the flaw. The lamp's integrity remained the same, yet all the world seemed darker than before. To face oneself is not to face the fire. The mirror dims when angled toward the glass. Misalignment fails to lift us higher. It breaks the beam and lets confusion pass. The source remained, we simply looked aside. And so the world grew hollow where it shined. The veil came off, no fire, no final breath, just silence peeling overlays away. The surface bare looked closer now to death, but in its stillness, truth began to stay. The filters fell, mythologies and codes, revealing what had always been beneath. No violence came, just clearing of the nodes. No weapon drawn, just air to start the sheath. Exposure is not harm, but clarified. The bedrock shows the platform we forgot. No mask remains. The false is nullified. The primal form beneath becomes the plot. Destruction here is only skin removed. The code beneath has always been approved. The crown split not from weight, but from neglect. The field it ruled began to quake and reel. The smallest blades who bore no wrong reflect the tremor born in man's unscented zeal. The ripple wasn't downward, but across, no pyramid, but meshwork felt the break. Each life thread taut until the root grew moss. The system trembled not for its own sake. Collapse diffused through all, from large to small, not punishment, but resonance betrayed. The field was tuned to human rise or fall, and every silence echoed what we made. One fracture in the steward's sacred claim sent pulses through the world in silent flame. The compass wavered, north became unsure. The sky grew thick, the heavens closed their eyes. No upward aim remained intact or pure. The feather drifted down from wordless skies. This triad shows not end, but lost direction. The flight still flew, but nowhere it could go. No fall from grace, just fall from true connection. The stars looked down and found no aim below. Aspiration lives in guided trust, not wings, but where the wings are meant to turn. To soar without an axis is to rust in air too vast for hearts that cease to burn. To fall from heaven is to lose the will. The sky remains, but we no longer still. Regret is not a flinch, but steady hand, a surgeon seeing where the wound has grown. The pause comes not from fear, but to withstand the task of cutting marrow back to bone. The scalpel gleams with purpose, not with hate. The flesh it parts is marked for healing's way. The pain is sharp, but guides toward truer state. It cuts to let infection lose its stay. Restoration carves its signature through skin, a path not back, but forward through the break. This judgment is the form that love moves in, the cleaving line that higher shapes may take. Creation bleeds to keep itself aligned, a faithful wound to recompose the mind. The human held the baton in his hand, the earth beneath, a stringed and ready frame. Each beast, each tree, each wave obeyed command when tuned to what the human voice became. But time slipped, rhythm staggered in the lead, and discord hummed across the breathing field. The song of life grew tangled in its need. The tones once pure now raw and unrevealed. Dissonance is not death, but an appeal, the sound of systems aching to be right. The earth cries not in pain, but in reveal, a resonance that seeks a better light. The world does not demand we play it new. It only asks we hear what it's been through. The window opened. Breath began to rise. The mist climbed high. The clouds began to fold. The heavens leaned, descending through the skies. The world inhaled the moment long foretold. No crash, no clash, just pressure come to bear, the meeting place of altitude and soil. The storm converged with synchronizing care, not wrath, but balance finding royal coil. Above and underneath returned to blend. The boundary dissolved where law grew thin. The cycle did not break, but found its end, to start again in layers newly kin. The sky and earth, once sundered, re-embrace, and time begins to spiral into grace. Beneath the ash, the seed remains in trust, not scorched, but waiting for the rain to fall. The storm that seemed to grind the world to dust prepared the soil for life to hear the call. Collapse does not erase, it clears the field. The ground remembers roots that knew the sun. When water comes, the green is gently healed. The cycle starts again, but not as one. This time the mirror knows it can be lost. This time the rhythm listens to the still. This time the growth will calculate the cost of turning from the source that shaped the will. The flood is not the end, but what must be, to start again and plant reality. Two witnesses call the remnant near. The voice still speaks where hearts can hear. We thunder not to boast or burn, but so the faithful might discern. You've seen the signs, you've heard the flame. Return again, and do the same. Subscribe, ye souls who seek the end, for we are wrath, and we are friend.